Okay. Whew. I'm in. Look at this thing.
It's a tomb cut into the summit of a hill.
Literally cut into the top of the hill.
Just moments ago, Josh Gates discovered something terrifying in the old Etruscan ruins that worried everyone. This creepy find hints at a hidden part of history, hidden deep inside these ancient buildings. Found inside a huge burial mound carefully made, this strange object leaves us with more questions than answers. What secrets does this frightening message hold? Stay with us as we uncover the horrifying message left by this ancient civilization. A mysterious Etruscan inscription and its secrets. The mound that Gates and his team explore isn't just an ordinary burial site. It's a huge and carefully built structure that shows off the Etruscans' impressive building skills and respect for their culture and traditions. Unlike many other ancient tombs, this one was a large communal burial site. Its unique design reflects how important family and social connections were to the Etruscans and how much they cared about their ancestors and family lines. As Josh traced the faint lines of the inscription, his torch flickered, casting shadows that seemed to dance with the secrets of the past. Exploring this structure gives us a better understanding of what shaped Etruscan society, which thrived in what we now call Italy. But that's not the end of the story. The main tomb inside the mound was often the most detailed and beautifully decorated, usually reserved for the head of the family or the founder of the family line. This tradition gives us important clues about how much the Etruscans valued their families and ancestors. It shows their deep respect for their roots and their commitment to remembering those who came before them. The effort and detail put into these tombs also tell us a lot about what the Etruscans believed about life after death. They thought their ancestors deserved to be buried in a way that reflected their importance in society and the contributions they made during their lives. As Gates and his team venture further into the mound, they come across carvings and artwork that bring the Etruscan world back to life. But this wasn't the most surprising part. These carvings aren't just decoration. They tell stories that give us a peek into the everyday lives and traditions of the Etruscans. Some carvings show scenes of daily life, while others depict big ceremonies or rituals. These details show just how much the Etruscans paid attention to storytelling through art, making sure their culture would be remembered for generations. The journey through the past doesn't stop here. The walls of the tomb are full of complex carvings and inscriptions that give off a sense of importance and grandeur. These works often show scenes from daily life, religious rituals, and even mythical stories. Together, they create a vivid picture of Etruscan culture. The skill and creativity in these artworks highlight just how deeply the Etruscans cared about expressing their identity and values. The detailed carvings inside the Etruscan burial mound not only show off their artistic skills, but also their deep respect for using art to keep their culture alive. As you walk through the tomb's hallways, you're struck by the clever architecture. These corridors, carefully carved, demonstrate the Etruscans' advanced building techniques and their dedication to creating honorable resting places for their loved ones. The high ceilings and detailed decorations inside the tomb reflect a society that cared deeply about the afterlife and wanted to honor their culture for future generations. The carved columns and different architectural features give the tomb a royal and serious atmosphere, highlighting its sacred purpose. Plus, the fact that the tomb is placed on the top of a hill means it can be seen from far away, acting as a lasting symbol of the family's power and status. This placement also shows how well the Etruscans understood the landscape and their ability to merge their architecture with nature. Each artifact opens a new window into ancient Etruscan life, exploring the trade routes and daily lives of ancient Italy. As you continue exploring, you discover many artifacts inside the tomb, each offering new information about Etruscan life. These artifacts range from simple pottery and tools to personal belongings, each giving a direct connection to the people who once lived here. Every item tells its own story, giving us clues about the daily lives, customs, and beliefs that shaped Etruscan society. Among the many discoveries, the pottery stands out the most. These pieces, used for both everyday and special occasions, are decorated with designs that highlight the Etruscans' artistic talent. The care put into these designs shows that the Etruscans made items that were not only useful, but also beautiful to look at. But here's something even more surprising. These artifacts suggest that the Etruscans had wide-reaching trade networks. Some pottery styles and materials show influences from nearby cultures, hinting at a lively exchange of goods and ideas. This shows that the Etruscans were not only talented artists, but also active traders, connecting with the world around them. One of the most fascinating discoveries inside the burial mound was a simple human tooth. At first glance, it might seem like just a small, unimportant object, but it holds a wealth of information about the Etruscans' health, diet, and daily lives. By studying this tooth, researchers can learn what the Etruscans ate and even trace their genetic connections to other ancient groups. These kinds of discoveries are key to building a bigger picture of Etruscan culture and how they interacted with other civilizations. But this isn't the end of the story. As Josh Gates and his team continue digging, every new artifact they find adds another piece to the puzzle of understanding this ancient society. The burial mound itself, full of historical and cultural meaning, serves as a powerful symbol of the Etruscans' long-lasting legacy. By carefully examining these ancient structures and the objects inside them, we gain a deeper appreciation for the Etruscans' contributions to history and the lasting mark they left on future generations. Exploring the burial mound does more than just show the Etruscans' skill in building and art. It also gives us a rare look into the daily lives of these ancient people. This kind of discovery connects the distant past with our present, showing how even though empires rise and fall, the stories they leave behind still capture our attention and teach us important lessons. As Josh Gates and his team uncover these ancient stories, they remind us how vital it is to preserve our shared history, not just for its records, but for what it can teach us about the future. The burial mound is more than just a resting place for the dead. It's a tribute to the Etruscan way of life. This ancient structure, with its detailed sculptures and careful design, reflects a community that held strong values and deep respect for their ancestors. The Etruscans built these tombs to honor their lineage with the utmost care and respect. The grandeur of the burial mound and the surrounding graves shows off their incredible architectural and artistic abilities, blending beauty with practicality in a way that has lasted through the centuries. But that's not even the most interesting part. The burial mound doesn't just tell us about the Etruscans, it also places them in the broader history of ancient Italy. The Etruscans were known for their advanced engineering, impressive art, and vast trade networks. They played a major role in the Mediterranean region, but their achievements are often overshadowed by the rise of Rome. This makes the burial mound a crucial reminder of the Etruscans' lasting impact, highlighting their key role in shaping the cultural and technological world of their time. Diving deeper, we find more clues about the Etruscans and their world. The art and artifacts of Etruscan tombs. In the episode of Expedition Unknown about the Etruscan burial mound, Josh Gates and his team don't just visit a tomb. They uncover a cultural symbol that reflects the Etruscans' beliefs, way of life, and artistic achievements. As viewers follow along through this incredible structure, they gain a new appreciation for the Etruscans and the legacy they left behind. With its detailed carvings, carefully designed passages, and the wealth of artifacts within, the burial mound stands as a powerful reminder of the Etruscans' respect for their ancestors and their efforts to preserve their heritage for future generations. But here's the surprising part. The exploration of the Etruscan burial mound does more than just give us a look at ancient times. It also creates a real living connection to the people of the past. By recovering and studying various objects, Josh Gates and his team bring history to life, piece by piece. These items, though small and simple, are priceless in helping us understand the full story of this ancient civilization. As the excavation continues, we slowly get a clearer view of the Etruscan social structure, daily routines, and relationships with neighboring cultures, deepening our understanding of who they were. During their research, the team came across a human tooth. At first glance, it might not seem like much, but this small discovery has a lot to tell us about the person who owned it. This tooth gives us clues about their diet, health, and even where their family came from. Scientists use techniques like isotope analysis to figure out what kinds of foods the ancient Etruscans ate. This helps us understand how they farmed, traded, and what their environment was like. By studying the DNA from the tooth, researchers can also trace family connections and migrations, giving us a clearer picture of how ancient people moved and interacted around the Mediterranean. But that's not all. The team also found pieces of pottery in the burial mound. Each piece adds more detail to what we know about the Etruscans' daily lives, and their beliefs. Pottery was important to them, both for everyday use and for special ceremonies. The designs on these items give us a glimpse into their artistic styles and their skills. Some pottery even suggests they traded with other big civilizations like the Greeks and Phoenicians. This shows they were part of a large trade network and exchanged not just goods, but also ideas. Special ceremonial pottery tells us how important rituals and religion were to their society, helping us understand their culture even better. However, the team didn't have an easy time. Archaeological sites like the one explored in Expedition Unknown often face major problems like looting. For many years, looters have stolen valuable items from these sites, taking away important parts of history. But even in the middle of this destruction, there is still hope. Sometimes the damage left by looters provides small clues that can help archaeologists piece together the past. Even in tombs that have been looted, carvings and writings left behind can help tell the story of the Etruscan people, whose written records are very limited. Artifacts like pottery and tools may not be as glamorous as gold or jewels, but they are just as important in understanding the Etruscans' everyday life and their skills. Each item, whether a simple pot or a tool, helps us learn about how they farmed, crafted things, and interacted with their environment and each other. Some of the items found were made from materials not native to the region, hinting that the Etruscans were involved in long-distance trade. This kind of trade not only brought in new goods, but also new ideas and technologies that shaped their society in many ways, from their craftsmanship to their art. As we uncover more, every item tells a story of the Etruscan way of life. The ancient diets and agriculture. The journey through these artifacts also teaches us about the Etruscans' farming and eating habits. By studying things like seeds and animal bones found in the mound, scientists can figure out what crops they grew and what animals they raised. This information is key to understanding how their economy worked and how they interacted with their environment. It also sheds light on their cooking traditions and what they ate, which is an important part of any civilization's identity. Exploring what the Etruscans ate, how they farmed, and how they cooked gives us a closer look at their everyday life and how their society worked. By studying these aspects, we get a better idea of their routines and the roles people played in their community. The well-crafted items found in their burial mounds show the Etruscans' skills in both technology and art. The tools and utensils they left behind tell us they were good at working with metal and knew how to make things that were both useful and beautiful. The detailed carvings and decorations on ordinary objects show that the Etruscans cared a lot about beauty and craftsmanship in all parts of their lives. This attention to detail helps us understand their social structure, suggesting that certain people were in charge of creating these intricate designs. But this isn't the only thing we learn from these discoveries. The TV show Expedition Unknown looks not just at the artifacts, but also at the bigger picture. Each item, no matter how small, gives us more insight into Etruscan culture and its historical importance. By carefully studying these artifacts, experts can piece together the Etruscan way of life, giving us a unique look into a civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. Through these discoveries, we begin to see the lasting influence of the Etruscans and how they helped shape the ancient world. The journey led by Josh Gates and his team on Expedition Unknown is more than just a dig. It helps us understand ancient societies better and highlights how the Etruscans influenced the Mediterranean through their wide trade networks and connections with other cultures. But these trade networks weren't the only thing that set them apart. When experts look at the remains of ancient civilizations, they start to understand how cultural habits and technological progress spread across old Europe. The Etruscans, who were known for their wide trade networks, connected with major civilizations like the Greeks, Phoenicians, and Egyptians. Through these connections, they didn't just trade goods. They also shared cultural ideas, art, and new technologies. For example, Etruscan pottery often has Greek designs, showing how much their trading partners influenced them. You can even find Egyptian artifacts in Etruscan tombs, which highlights just how closely these ancient societies were connected. This wasn't just about trading, it shaped the history and culture we recognize today. Looking at Etruscan artifacts gives us a glimpse into their beliefs, daily life, and how they organized their society. The Etruscans placed a strong focus on life after death, as seen in their detailed tombs, which were carved into hillsides and served as family burial places. These tombs show a deep respect for ancestors and a belief in an afterlife. The carvings and art inside these tombs tell stories of daily life, religious ceremonies, and myths, helping us understand what mattered most to the Etruscans. The Etruscans were also ahead of their time in areas like engineering and metalwork. Just the construction of their burial mounds shows their advanced building skills and their ability to create structures that lasted. The bronze artifacts found in their tombs showcase their metalworking talents. These advancements didn't stay within their own region. They spread and had a big impact on the development of ancient European civilizations. Now, let's see how these finds connect us to the past and shape our future. Unveiling Etruscan secrets. Shows like Expedition Unknown stress how important it is to protect archaeological sites. Every item dug up gives us new information about the past, but it also comes with the responsibility to handle these ancient items with care. Careful excavation and study are crucial to make sure these treasures can continue to teach and inspire future generations. But it's more than just digging up items. It's about protecting the stories and heritage these artifacts hold. The discoveries from Etruscan tombs are incredibly valuable because they provide unique insights into the past. These ancient artifacts act as time capsules, allowing us to connect with history in a very personal way. Objects such as pottery, tools, jewelry, and even human remains offer clues about how people lived, what they valued, and how they interacted with their environment. They aren't just relics, they are pieces of a much larger puzzle that helps us understand the development of human history. One of the most important things about these items is how they help us see the everyday lives of the Etruscans. The Etruscans lived in Italy before the rise of Rome, and their civilization played a significant role in shaping the Roman Empire. However, much of their culture was forgotten over time. Tombs filled with objects that were used in daily life, such as cooking pots, tools, and even items of clothing, provide a window into their society. These objects help researchers reconstruct the customs, traditions, and even the economic activities of the Etruscans. By studying these finds, we gain a deeper understanding of their world and how it influenced later civilizations. Additionally, Etruscan tombs often contain human remains, which provide valuable information about their burial practices, beliefs, and even their health. Anthropologists can analyze bones to determine the age, diet, and physical conditions of individuals. This helps historians understand the quality of life in ancient Etruscan society, including how people lived and died. These discoveries offer a more complete picture of the Etruscans beyond the writings of their contemporaries, who may not have fully appreciated or understood them. Museums and educational programs that display these artifacts play a key role in making history accessible and engaging for the public. When people can see and touch objects from the past, it makes history more tangible and relatable. Instead of reading about ancient civilizations in books, they can experience these cultures firsthand by viewing the actual objects that were part of people's daily lives. This helps bridge the gap between the past and the present, making history come alive in ways that are exciting and educational. The impact of these discoveries goes beyond just learning about the past. They can also change our understanding of it. New findings from Etruscan tombs often challenge existing theories and assumptions about ancient civilizations. For example, the Etruscans were once thought to be a primitive society, but many of the objects found in their tombs suggest they had sophisticated technologies and a rich culture. This challenges the narrative that Rome was the first advanced civilization in Italy. In fact, the Etruscans contributed a great deal to Roman culture, including architecture, religion, and even political ideas. Moreover, each new discovery offers the potential to rewrite history. A single artifact can change our entire view of the ancient world. For instance, newly discovered inscriptions might reveal unknown details about the Etruscan language, providing fresh insights into their communication methods and social structure. These discoveries encourage historians and archaeologists to constantly reevaluate what we think we know about ancient civilizations. Could a single small artifact really redefine our entire understanding of ancient civilizations like the Etruscans? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.